Yo, welcome back, my friends. Let me check something pretty quickly. Then time for the Norman Gym in the stream. I just decided to not take Everlook actually. I just checked the line, and Everlook is not making it riskless anyways. So yeah. I have some other plans. Let's see. Okay, I would say let's set up the team for the first fight. We are basically just doing the same route what we did in my winning run. I think this is... I don't know, I like this rooms. It depends probably on the box, but I really think these rooms are not that hard. For one fight, I basically was needing one special Pokemon, and we have that. Otherwise, I can't do this room, but yeah, it works. It works. Okay, so let's set up the team for the first fight. Yeah, and like I said, we will not take... let me load the script already. Script. Here fucking go. Okay. So we want to have... Talon Flame for sure in the team. We have Donphan. We have Hemi. We have Caracosta. We have Ludi. And we have Nape. I need to double check if we need to change natures and stuff like that. But we will do that in a second. So this is my team, first of all. I have done some notes, of course, but to be honest, I was a bit lazy with my notes. So I will double check everything. Yeah, remember we can't pre-damage in gyms, so yeah, but that's fine, we don't have any double battles here. This is absolutely fine. I just will check pretty quickly if I need to change a nature here on any Pokemon. I think Nape will have a nature change, I think, here, because we are modest right now. Yeah, probably. Okay, yeah, Talonflame is completely fine, no item, this is no nature change needed here. This is Raspberry. Hemi. This is Yanmega, I think. Yeah. It should be. Yeah, and we don't need actually anything special, so we just go careful nature actually. Change nature, not IVs. Change nature. And we cannot get into Mega Horn range, right? We go careful nature. It's possible though. So we go citrus. That's okay. That's okay. We can do that. Careful nature. So citrus berry on Hemi. Then we have Caracosta. Caracosta is just Doesn't really change too much. But we will go impish. We don't need here anything impish. And we will not go with a citrus berry here. We just need an orange here. We will go for a safety on with a citrus berry here on my Ludi. And now we need the muscle band. On Nape and change the nature. Let's just go adamant, I guess. It doesn't really matter that much. Yeah. Export with the new items. Yo, Crystal, what's up? Yeah, we have to do some gym some gym trainers before, but yeah, Norman is planned for this stream. This fucking fight is a menace, man. Even with perfect mons, this is crazy how strong this fight is actually. There's no riskless lines I could find, even if I take Everlook basically for digger speed. But that's okay. It is fine. So, Talon Flame, Raspberry, Citrus Berry here, Oranberry, Citrus here as well, just for the safety. Let's do it. So, we will go for the speed room. Are you doing your E4 tomorrow? Cool, man. Do you know the time already? Okay, this ninjas will just die to acrobatics. Pretty simple. We don't care about double crits here. We don't care about anything. Because I have a fast kill on Scolipy as well. This needs to exactly go Blaziken here after that. Pretty sure about that. The nailed down exact time. Okay. I would say just do it when it's better for you, you know? Like, I would say. Time-wise. And then people will try to join if they have time. Nice crit, by the way, but we don't really care, I think, about that. Acrobatics will always kill. This can't be Scolipy, because Scolipy sees a slow kill, but I have a fast kill on that. It needs to be, I think, exactly Blaziken here now. Yeah, exactly. This can't be Blaze Kick, so this is exactly Thunder Punch. This is Focus Sash Blaziken. But we can handle that Pokemon pretty decently. So we should see Thunder Punch here now. My Donphan with is shitting on that Blaziken. With high horsepower to bring this down to the Sash. This is Blaze Kick always. We have the Raspberry for the burn. Yeah, exactly, that's why. We will kill this with Ice Shard now. That should be Yanmega, I think. So, Ice Shard kill. That's the dangerous part about this Blaziken. It have reversal as well. So if you don't have a prio to kill this after, it's really dangerous. It's really fucking dangerous. But Donphan is just a goat. Would be Yanmega, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. So this is Giga Drain. Could also be Protect, what is really nice. Or Detect. I think it will be somewhere in the... Okay, 3 PM range. Yeah. Like, if I have time, I will join for sure. that's completely fine. We will just Rock Slide kill this now. Obviously, Yanmega is faster than us. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's just stalling it right now. The only thing we want to be careful is basically that we are not in crunch range. But this is Scolipy anyways. Yeah, this is Scolipy anyways. First of all. Yeah, this should be Scolipy now. Yeah. Okay. Terracosta time. We are fine against, it should be Aquatail, I think. Yeah. The only move we can't switch hard to is Megahorn, basically. And it would never be Megahorn. So we Rock Slide into Aqua Jet, kill this now here. Yeah, Megahorn is doing a ton of damage, by the way, even via Impish Nature. But that's okay. We was never dead to a double crit. And we could technically see with one crit already a random move anyways. Okay, Aqua Jet will kill this now. So this is now the last Pokemon. What is Sharpedo? It's a bit harder to handle for sure. So this is exactly Liquidation. Perfect. Perfect. This is Life Orb, a Shark. And this is always a bit threatening with Life Orb and with Speed Boost. So we go to Ludi on Liquidation here. And then we will switch to my Nape on the only move my Nape can switch in, basically. And that is Crunch. Crunch crit kills us here right now, so we cannot stay in. Nape can switch into Crunch always. This is exactly Crunch now. That's the only move we can safe switch in to my Nape. Yeah. Fine. Okay. And we always kill this with Fake Out into Mark Punch. Mark Punch is already a kill basically, but yeah, we can Fake Out. Why not? Wow, look at this fucking damage from Fake Out. Holy shit, dude. This thing is paper. One down. Two more to go and then we have the normal fight. What is a menace? Like I said, I'm not going for Everlook because it's not making it riskless anyways, because the entire line needs to be riskless. And there's, I think, no way for a riskless line. Entirely riskless. And with entirely, I really mean entirely. Not like, oh, okay, overlapping roll, or like, you need to... Like, even triple crit is not entirely riskless. Okay? So entirely riskless, I couldn't find something, actually. I'm excited to use Infernape for NG+, hopefully. You mean in Sterling Silver? Or do you mean in Run and Run? Do you playing Run and Run as well? Not sure exactly which game you are talking about. But Nape is pretty cool. I think it's a bit underwhelming in Sterling Silver. But it's still strong. The problem in Sterling Silver is that we have a lot of buffed mons. And you don't see the hard-hitting moves from Infernape in that game anymore that much, because everything else is basically buffed. Okay, we have a Ludi lead here in this fight. Ludi, actually, by the way, the one candy we used in the Watson split for the energy ball is already paying off. It's so crazy how much that is paying off. Because imagine Ludi would get with 56 energy ball. Crazy. Yeah, I'm not expecting him to go crazy. Yeah. I like that starter as well. So if we talk about favorite starter, Pokemon-wise, not in-game-wise, I like Nape also the most. But I still think Torterra is better for Nuzlocking. For consistent plays, Torterra is over the entire game. Torterra is always better, in my opinion. Obviously, with Shell Armor, of course. That is mandatory. Otherwise, it's not the case. But the moment you're Shell Armor, Torterra is, in my opinion, the way more consistent Pokemon for the entire game. Okay, so Ludi. Then we have Donphan again. Now we will see some Walrein plays here. Not that special, to be honest. But yeah, I have planned Walrein, by the way. Small spoiler. For the Norman Gym. Walrein is a really good switch-in this fight, by the way. That's why Walrein is coming to this fight. That's the only reason, basically. Yeah, like, you know, I'm always honest with stuff like that. Even I like the starter more, basically. And I'm saying I like Nape more than Torterra as a Pokemon. But in-game, for Nuzlocking, Torterra is better. That's my opinion. It's more consistent if you are Shell Armor. Everything else is just... yeah. You're just picking Nape because... you're just saying Nape is better because you like Nape more and you can't be honest. That's my opinion, at least. Because over the entire game, Nape can't be better than Torterra. It's, in my opinion, not possible. There will be obviously situations where Nape is better than Torterra. Especially like if you talk about Run and Bun now. I think they are really, really close. All starters are really nice in Run and Bun, for example. But yeah, Torterra will be more consistent over the entire game. That is something what I would say. Okay, we need actually plus speed nature on my Ludi for this fucking fight. What is okay. So we need to change my nature from Ludi to timid. What is cool for me? I always underestimate, basically, like, not underestimate, but Ludi is not fast, actually. Ludi is pretty fucking slow. Like, Ludi is usually always slower than Swampert, if Swampert is perfect nature as well. That's crazy, but that is the case. You saw that in my E4. I was plus speed nature. And I was 30 speed IVs. So basically max speed, you can say. And that Swampert was faster. And Mega Swampert is not gaining speed. So it's basically the same speed like the non-Mega evolution. I'm pretty sure about that. Let me just check that again before I talk bullshit. Swampert. I think it is gaining maybe a little bit of speed. It is gaining 10 speed, sorry. Yeah, 10 speed. Sorry, my bad. It is gaining actually 10 speed. Now I need to find a fucking fight again. Cool Trainer. There you fucking go. Okay, so Timid will always Klabushki this. I think because we are timid, we will see a different bait now. Because I was thinking about... but I cannot go modest. It's not possible. So this will be the crit room, by the way. Crit room means... everything is sniper and most of the stuff is just scope lens. I think everything is scope lens. So this room is not that easy without Chelamomons. Or like with a bad plan. Because sniper crit is just ridiculous. Even in this gen, like, it's not that bad like in Gen 4, for example, but it's still a lot of damage. And especially because Sniper Scope Lens is a really high chance. We need to be careful with that. Okay, Pitcher Berry on Donphan. Walrein for a pivot, basically. That should be this Pokemon, exactly. And we can go with our Oranberry. We don't need to spend here. We can also just go Citrus just in case. You know. That is Citrus. Then we will go with Black Glasses. Black Glasses. Caracosta is impish, what is fine anyways, so we will go with Oranberry. I think we will use Wall Rain for 1 pivot or Ludi for 1 pivot, and then Magneton will finish the fight. Yeah, okay. So, let's export pretty quickly. Yo, Woozy, what's up, bro? Or sister. Yeah, thank you. I think we will do it in some minutes. Like, it will... I have 2 trainers to do, and then, yeah, time for Norman. That fight is a menace, man. Okay, let me export. Check again. Like, that is the problem about a challenge like that. Even you have so many good mons, you could, like, you know, choose the encounters and stuff like that. A small mistake means back to lab. Like, I mean, really mean back to lab, because sometimes you make a small mistake in a regular run, you can steer it out. If one Pokemon dies, I just need to go back. That's it. And that is really easy to make a mistake with that. Really fucking easy. So let me just double check again the ranges. Yo, we outspeed. This should be this one, exactly. Now we will see this one. We can also check some stuff mid-fight, of course, but yeah. Caracosta is safe, right? Caracosta is safe. We'll also go careful nature, but I think it will not change that much. Caracosta is safe against double crit. We need to play around double crit, of course. That's the thing. Yeah, okay. We're good to go, I think. Ever works. From here, you are gonna start to be able to Terralock a lot of stuff. No, I didn't got that. I thought about taking it, but I just decided to not take it. I will explain why later on. I explained that already on stream, but I will explain why, because it is not making it riskless anyways. I couldn't find an entirely riskless line. And the moment it is not entirely riskless, Everlook is even good for the Diggersby, but I found something for Diggersby already. But the fight is not riskless at all, sadly. Yeah, Magneton is always nice. Magneton is always amazing. Magnezone was popping, actually, in my winning run. This was so fucking strong. Okay, let's have a small look again. Okay. So, crit room. Especially in a game like Run and Bun, where you don't have the double crit modifier, basically, because it's Gen 8 mechanics. Magnezone is a fucking beast. Okay, let's go. So yeah, like I said, this room is crit room. Every Pokemon is sniper with scope lens, basically. But we have a good solution for that. So this Pokemon here is, if I don't go timid, it's faster than me. We need to go timid here to outspeed. And with that, Ludi will outspeed and always kill this before it can do anything. With Energy Ball. Or Giga Drain, it doesn't really matter, it's 4-time effective. I think these rooms are actually really nice. I think people think... It depends on the box as well, right? But I have done this in my winning run as well. And I just checked that, and it was, for me, this time again better than doing the other rooms. So this is exactly Drapion, because I outspeed now the Honchkrow, and Drapion is faster, and Drapion outdamages basically Ludi here. So this is cross poison, exactly. We go to Donphan. We have the picture berry for the poison, but that's fine anyways. Donphan is one of the best counters for Drapion. This is also a really easy room, by the way, if you have Torterra. So if you play with Torterra, this room is really... I don't play with Torterra right now, but these rooms are really easy with Torterra. High horsepower is actually a range, but Ice Shard will always finish this off. Drapion is really tanky. There's one roll this can survive only, but we don't care because we have Ice Shard. Okay. I think this is now Hunchcrow, right? No, this is, sorry, this is the Inteleon, exactly. So this is Ice Beam, that's why we have Wall Rain in the team. This is Ice Beam or Scale Shot. And this thing is doing a bit damage, for sure. But we have a good pivot here. We go to Wall Rain. Yeah, that's Donphan. That's Donphan, man. Donphan is a beast. I think even Sturdy have value in this game. Like, usually in Gen 4, Sturdy is a fucking useless ability, of course. Like, we play a lot Sterling Silver, of course. But... and we don't even have Sturdy, I think, in Sterling Silver. It's Quick Feet, right? But yeah. Even in this game, even in this gen, Battle Armor is obviously better. You have way better options. But it's not like Sturdy is useless. So this is Dark Pulse only. We did this pivot so we can switch to Crawdon without getting the Ice Beam freeze here. And Crawdon will beat this Riskless because we are Shell Armor. So this is exactly... or this could also be laser focus, but we don't care about that, you know? Yeah, I mean, Sturdy is completely... like, you don't have an ability, basically, in Gen 4 with that. You're playing without ability, basically. Even we don't like Hyper Cutter and stuff like that, but they can still have a use. Sturdy is just useless. Sturdy is in Gen 4 just simply useless. Knockoff into Aqua Tail always kills this. We even have a range with knockoff, with black glasses. Crawlon is doing so much. Look at this! Holy shit, bro! Should be Hunchcrow, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. This is now Air Cutter. We go to Caracosta. Yeah, this Pokemon will always crit, basically. So this will only use Air Cut and now Night Slash. This is guaranteed critting. This is a Scope Lance, Super Luck with Night Slash and Air Cutter. This will always crit. But Caracosta is fine against double crit, like we can see. And Rock Slide will always kill. Okay, I think this is Bullet Seed only, right? This is on 65 HP Bullet. No, this is Octazooka Bullet Seed random move. But that's fine. We have Wall Rain for the pivot. Wall Rain is actually getting a decent amount of damage from Bullet Seed still. We can go to Ludi. Ludi is the play here. We will do a pivot because this is Octillery. Yeah. So this is Bullet Seed. Or actually even... this is crazy. How this is overlapping rolls, man. How is Bullet Seed doing that much less damage? This is always Bullet Seed, sorry. There's no overlapping roll. I just saw that. But it is doing jack shit, actually. For some reason. I mean, we are Caracosta. It is not seeing a kill with 3 attacks here. Yeah, I mean, GMO stats is crazy. Okay, so we go to Ludi pivot one time to bait the Gang Shot on Magneton. Even Sniper 5 crits is fine for Ludi. Like we can see, it's not doing that much damage. Even if this will hit 5 times and crit 5 times, it's fine. But it's not even critting because it sucks. And the only move we don't want to see, that's why we are doing this pivots, is Octazooka. So we go to Magneton. Because this can also go for, that's also a thing. This Octillery can also just go Focus Energy for some reason. So, yeah, this is not a threat. And Discharge always kills. One more! one more. I think the last trainer is actually basically the hardest. Why people actually are afraid of doing this sequence. Because that is a really strong trainer. And we exactly have one Pokemon what we need to make this consistent. Otherwise, this room would not be possible, okay? Yeah. This is a really hard trainer, and I think that's the reason why people actually try to skip that sequence here. Understandable. But yeah. Okay, we don't need to change the nature from Ludi, it can just stay like that. Ludi is in the next team as well. It can just stay like that, right? Yeah, it can just stay like that. And we have Caracosta with Impish. Exactly. That is the most important Pokemon in this fight, by the way. Without Caracosta, I can't do this fight. That's it. Nothing more to say. Without Caracosta, this fight is impossible. Wait a second. Is this correct, what I'm saying? It's correct, what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah. All Gucci. All Gucci, boys. I was just checking the range again with Timid Nature. Okay, so Caracosta will get a Citrus Berry. We need to invest some citrus here in this fight. But that's okay. Now we will have Vivi. Vivi actually also needs a Citrus Berry to play around triple crit. Citrus Berry on Vivi. We will have Seismitoad. That will only be Oramberry. We have Donphan without an item on purpose. And we have Walrein for the safety. Okay. So remember, this is really important that my Donphan is not holding an item. We only need Oramberry here. Okay. Let me export the mons pretty quickly. Yeah, this is by fucking far the hardest room for sure. Export. Bop, bada bop, bop, bada bop, bop. Donphan. Walrein. Okay. Let's do it. So, the strength room. And yeah, it is really hard hitting room. We have a really hard hitting room here for sure. So. Quick check again. Okay. So the lead is pretty easy. The lead is pretty easy here. We just kill this Rampados with Energy Ball before we can do anything. Pretty simple. We don't need to fake out here. We always kill this. Life Orb Sheer Force is checking again that this is not Focus Sash or something like that. And we always kill. Okay, and now the problem. The biggest problem of the entire fight, I would say. There are multiple problems, but this is the biggest problem. This is Choice Banded Slowking. With Giga Impact only. This is basically killing everything in my team. In my box, outside of Caracosta. And even if this crits, Caracosta is safe for the next Pokemon. Without Karakosta, I can't do this fight. It's impossible. So, this is Choice Bandit Giga Impact now. Critical hit is fine. Look at this fucking damage, dude. This is Karakosta, by the way. We are impish nature. Especially for this fucking Slaw King. This is ridiculous. But yeah, it kills basically everything in my box. Togedemaru is dead, Arcanine dies to a crit. It kills basically everything. So, the good part about Slaw King is that it needs to always low for one turn. So we can always attack that one turn and then protect. It is also 8 PP. So, yeah, just don't misclick. One misclick and something dies here. So this needs to loaf now this turn. And we will go for Razor Shell. Nice defense drop, that's really cool. We always protect this turn. This is the turn where it will use Giga Impact again. Exactly. We Razor Shell again. That is the turn where it will use again Giga Impact. We will not run out of Protects as well, what is really good. Because I need Protect. Yeah, exactly. And Razor Shell again. Nice crit. Okay, this is always midi-gem. Exactly, even if we get a crit, because of the Citrus Berry, exactly high jump kick only. This is Focus Sash midi-gem, so we protect. On the high jump kick. Break the Focus Sash and get this to half-life. This is again high jump kick, this is never reversal. Reversal would be nice, by the way. And we will go to Vivi. Vivi is holding a Citrus Berry for this fight because we need to play around triple crit here. So this is high jump kick and this is even 4-time resisted. This is doing a ton of damage still. Yeah, there's the high jump kick. Look at this fucking damage, dude. Asshole. And we are fucking perfect IVs, basically. Okay, Air Slash always kills this. We are faster. We don't need to change the nature for this fight. Even this is jolly, but yeah. We are faster, Air Slash always kills here. And this is exactly Conkeldurr now for a slow kill, because we don't have a fast kill. It is exactly Conkeldurr for Ice Punch or Thunder Punch, random move. We have also for this Pokemon only one really good pivot here, because we need a close combat defense drop here. And one of the best mons I found in my box for this Pokemon, for the pivot, is Seismitoad. Because even if this Ice Punch, because this is Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, random move, and even if this Ice Punch will crit, it is always still only and only close combat after that. So we go here. There's the Thunder Punch, that's obviously the best thing we can see. And now we go again to Vivi to get a drop here. That's why we need to play Citrus Berry, because of triple crit. Because we will eat a Mark Punch after that. It's disgusting. So -1 Citrus, but that's fine. Citrus will always proc here. And now after the drop, let's confirm that. I checked that pretty carefully actually, but yeah, let's just check it again. Air Slash always kills, so this is forced to use Mark Punch here. I think it can go for a slow kill, there's a 10% chance. But yeah, obviously, most of the time it will just Mark Punch, because it sees it is dead. Okay, last Pokemon is Marowak. What will go for a random move here right now? Most likely. I think it's Double Edge Retaliate. That's why my boy is not holding an item. So we will never see the knockoff after that. Because this asshole have knockoff. So we will go to Donphan on this double edge retaliate here. It's random move. It's not knockoff, but it's random move, double edge retaliate here. There's the retaliate. It's a lot of damage. Look at this. This is Donphan. This is fucking Thick Club Marowak. And now, the only move this can press is Boomerang. So we can save switch to Ludi. And it's really important that this will not knock off on the switch in, because I'm holding a Miracle Seed here. And we will lose that Miracle Seed forever. Look at this fucking damage. We are safe against crit, of course. Okay. And we outspeed, and with Timid Nature even, we always kill with Energy Ball. Don't need to fake out. Okay. All right. Time for the Norman fight. Let me just write that in the Sterling Silver Discord. Yeah, so this fight is everything but not riskless, sadly. Even if I take Everlook, for example, it will not make the fight riskless. I found a pretty good solution, but yeah. Multiple crits will destroy this fight for sure. Not only this fight, it will destroy the plan. And yeah. It is what it is, okay? So, first of all, we need to change a lot of natures here, by the way. We will have Donphan in this fight, okay? Donphan is in this fight. Then we will have Walrein. I already wrote that in the Sterling Silver Discord. Walrein will join the party in this fight. We have Eldegoss. We have Togedemaru. I really carefully need to check the natures. We have Staraptor. And we have Hemi. So let's change the nature first of all from Donphan. Donphan will be Impish nature. Because we need Impish nature, otherwise we are in danger against the Digger Speed. That's the reason basically we are doing that. And we need the Soft Sand on my Donphan, okay? So, Walrein, the nature doesn't matter that much. The nature from Walrein doesn't matter that much, but we cannot go plus defensive here, because we would have overlapping rolls against Digger Speed. So that means we need to just go careful nature here, okay? The nature from this Pokemon will not matter that much. It's really strong for my plan. And we need to use one scale here. What is unlimited anyways. Because that will be the move what I need basically. One of the moves. And we will remove Waterfall here. For Body Press. Okay. That is done. Walrein is Citrus Berry. We will invest some Citrus Berries in this fight for sure. Then we have Togedemaru. And Togedemaru will stay adamant. I don't want to go plus defensive. It will stay like that. And we will just give a Citrus Berry. Nothing else. Eldegoss will stay like that as well. Old Nature is really cool. And we will give as well here a Citrus Berry. Staraptor will get a Chesto Berry. And Staraptor's nature we need to change. To try to avoid fictions. So, we will go for a careful nature here. We don't need the plus attack. We don't need the speed. And now, on my Hemi, I'm pretty sure I am careful right now, exactly. We need to go adamant here. And that is... Even if we dodge every triple crit and stuff like that, we can still lose to Pidgeot. It's possible. Sadly enough, it's possible. Hemi is, by the way, one of the best counters for this Pidgeot. In the entire game. And it's still not riskless. It doesn't really matter how good your Hemi is, basically. It's just not riskless. Sadly. So, Persimberry on Hemi. Okay, and with that, the team should be done. I will double check in the calc. Everything. And then it's time to fight Norman. Export. Donphan. Togedemaru. Checking the natures again, that the natures are correct. Impish. Blah blah blah. Swan. Yep. That's correct. Oh yeah. Nearly I forgot something. I think this would be an insta vibe, by the way. I need to remember my move on my... Yeah, this would be an insta vibe. Basically an insta vibe. We need to teach Bulldoze. But I'm checking that anyways. We will remove Ice Shard because we can teach Ice Shard back, and also we can remove Bulldoze and stuff like that. So we will remove Ice Shard here. Charm is the only move what we can't learn back with Donphan, because that is the move what only is for Fanfi. So we can remove Ice Shard here because we don't need Ice Shard for this fight. And we need Bulldoze. I would wipe here basically if I would not see that. But yeah. That's what I mean with you need to be really fucking careful. It would be a straight up wipe, basically. Okay. We have that. Oh, check. Yeah, that's exactly that what we need. That is exactly what we need as well. Yeah, that's perfect. Togedemaru, that's perfect as well. We are holding the Chestoberry. I think you can realize why we are holding a Chestoberry. But yeah. Alright, let's do it. So. We don't need to remove Steelroller. I was thinking about Spark or something like that, but it will not matter because we will flinch anyways. Yeah, okay. Chestoberry, careful nature. Yeah, careful, right? Yeah. And Hemi with Adamant Nature. Adamant Nature means I always hit the range, but it's still not riskless. Okay, let's do it. I think that's my opinion, and I think a lot of people would agree. That's the hardest fight by fucking far for the early game. I think nothing is harder than that. I think this fight can just send you straight up to the lab. I think there are a lot of hard fights in the early game, where you can be box checked completely, Brawly, Roxanne, Shelly, but I think this is the hardest. That's my opinion at least. The power in this team is just completely out of control. And I think Torterra is making this fight way better because Torterra starter can usually handle 2 mons, what is really nice. Because with that you have 1 more slot, basically. Alright. Leading with Donphan. Okay. Alright. Oh, oops, sorry. You're not my father. Okay. Brain AFK. There it is. Yeah, you kinda need to make that hard. I mean, every vanilla game you play where you have like Norman as a gym leader is just a joke most of the time. If there is not a Slaw King. And yeah. This fight is really fucking unfair actually. But yeah, it is what it is. We need to deal with that. And yeah, I think a lot of people would say, I mean, Infernape is a really good Pokemon here and stuff like that. Yeah, kinda. For a regular run, I think you don't have the options what I have right now. But this Porygon is basically never riskless if you lead it with a Fighting Mon. It's not riskless, that's it. We don't need to talk about anything else anymore. It's just not riskless, because you don't exactly know what this Porygon will do, okay? It can use Thunder Wave, it can also just go for Tri-Attack, and Tri-Attack have 3 different status conditions. And you can't back up for everything, okay? You can hold a Cherry Berry for the Thunder Wave, and that's a problem. You can straight up lose your first Pokemon already to this Porygon 2. This is Evolite. Thankfully, it cannot use Thunder Wave on my Donphan, okay? So this is really consistent. This can only and only exactly use Ice Beam here. We gave it a special attack download. I couldn't avoid that, sadly enough. I could go Staraptor, probably. That's also possible with a lead. But Staraptor can get the Thunder Wave, you know? That's the problem. So yeah, like we can see, it's not possible. So we will go to Walrein on this guaranteed Ice Beam here now. Or we will see some Walrein gaming. This will do a lot of damage. Not. We can't get Freeze, of course, because we are Ice type, and we Encore this into Ice Beam. Okay. Not seeing crits is still nice, because we still need Walrein for later, or something. But most of the time that should be fine. So we will just Body Press, because that's my best damaging move, basically. Against this Porygon. Nice crit. It will just make it a bit faster, I guess. But we most of the time don't need the crits here. We always 4-shot this, basically, and we take no damage. Okay. I think this is a range. I cannot afford the range here. This Ice Beam damage is ridiculous. Okay. Let's have a look. Walrein. Body Press 25.5% minimum damage. Zoom! Nope, we will not risk that. This is, I think this can survive. There is a small chance that this can survive. There's no reason to risk that. We will Encore that again. We have still a lot of HP. We still have the Citrus Berry, so we don't need to worry about that. We will most likely hit the range, but I will not risk that. So we Encore again into Ice Beam. Now we Body Press. Okay, and kill. This is Diggersby now, I'm pretty sure about that. If I'm wrong, then this is really bad. But I'm pretty sure, because Diggersby is out-damaging me. The first Pokemon what outspeeds me and out-damages me, because, yeah, it should be Diggersby. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay, alright. That is really good. So, there's a threat. There's a fucking threat. This Pokemon is completely out of control if you don't have Torterra, in my opinion. I have a plan for that Pokemon, but it will require a sequence and a bit... Not even luck, but yeah, we don't want to see crits, of course. So, this is using EQ here, that's why we can't go plus Defensive Nature, because then it would have overlapping rolls, actually, with Body Slam and EQ. We don't want to see the Body Slam. So this is guaranteed EQ. We will give this a 1 Intimidate. This Intimidate is making that fight a bit more consistent here. Go to Staraptor on the guaranteed EQ. And after that, it will always go for foul play. Because foul play is never reduced. There's the EQ. Foul play is never reduced because of Intimidate. Foul play is basically doing damage. How high my attack is basically. How stronger Staraptor is basically hitting. So this is always foul play. We will go to now to Donphan. We did this pivot to avoid some crits later for Staraptor. Because Staraptor will finish the Diggersby, but not now. Maybe I've done a mistake. I think I have done a mistake, right? I think I have done a mistake, yeah. No, it's all it's fine, it's fine. All Gucci, all Gucci, all Gucci. All Gucci. I was just a bit confused about the AI. So this is always foul play or EQ now. So we go to Donphan. And Donphan with Impish Nature always survives 2 foul plays or 2 EQs. This cannot go for Body Slam here. Now a good part about the Run and Burn AI. There's a foul play. Look at this fucking damage, but we always survive double foul play and double EQ. This needs to go exactly for foul play or EQ, never Body Slam because it's intimidated basically. And we will bulldoze here. Now the good part about the Intimidate and not only the Intimidate, about this bulldoze. We are faster now. And because we are holding a soft sand, we show a fast kill now with high horsepower to this Diggersby. So this Diggersby is forced to actually use quick attack here. First of all, that's 2 reasons. First of all, because we see a fast kill. Second of all, it sees a fast kill with quick attack as well now. So it needs to exactly go for quick attack here. Okay? And we will go to Staraptor. I think there's no chance it goes for a slow kill here. There's, I think, no chance for that. And we want to dodge the quick attack crits here. Yeah, okay. Nice. No quick attack crit is really good. This is, by the way, -2 quick attack. Just saying again. This is -2 quick attack damage. Okay? We'll kill this with close combat. And always bait Cinccino because of the drop. We are faster than Meloetta. That's why it cannot go Meloetta here. And it is always Cinccino. This is quick attack again. Nice, no crit, okay. Okay. Should always be Cinccino now for a fast kill. Exactly. Okay. Togedemaru, you know what your job is. It's still not completely done. I think we are most likely out. Outside of the Pidgeot thingy. But yeah, it's still not completely over. Okay. We will fake out here one time. With that, it will always die to Tail Slap, basically. Because this will use Tail Slap now. I have basically for multiple crits the Citrus Berry here. And we don't change the nature. So, Meloetta is always faster than my Togedemaru. And we don't want to go Impish Nature because otherwise it's only a range to see a kill. And that's why we just stay adamant. We don't want to change the nature because it's really ugly if we don't see the close combat. This is Citrus. And even after Citrus proc, we always exactly bait close combat now. Meloetta. Yeah. Asshole Pokemon. 82 HP. Let's see if my math was fine. This is exactly only close combat. It cannot go for anything else here. Every single roll sees a kill. We go to Eldergoss. That's one of my best CC switch-ins, first of all. And second of all, we need a speed drop. We need a drop. This Pokemon is also nuts, man. We need a drop from CC here. That's why this line is really good. And we need the speed drop as well. So this is CC. We are fine against CC here. We have Citrus Berry as well. There's a close combat. This is always Relic Song now, even if this crits. This Relic Song is special AI. The AI needs to use exactly Relic Song here now. I need to check my HP from Staraptor, how safe this is, because this is sadly enough never riskless. But I think because of the careful nature, we should be most of the time fine. Sadly enough, there's still one roll from Relic Song what kills me on a crit. Sadly enough, we cannot do anything about that. Because this is Relic Song and I need to kill this with Staraptor now. We need to go to Staraptor. And this is exactly Relic Song. We need to hold the Chestoberry as well here. Because of Serene Grace shenanigans. One roll. One fucking Relic Song crit roll. Intimidate doesn't really matter, of course. Hold. Holy shit, it was hitting the roll, I think. Asshole! Yeah, it was on 90 HP, right? Dude! Didn't got the crit, but was hitting the roll. Okay. Alright. So, we are faster because of the speed drop. We always kill this. Now the fun part. Why this can be even... We are doing everything to even get a good matchup against this Pidgeot. We always kill this with dual wing beat. By the way, the drop is so important for the kill. We are faster now because of the speed drop. And it got the special defense drop and the defense drop as well. So this dual wing beat will always kill now. Because the speed drop we are faster. Look at this. This is barely killing after the fucking drop, man. This Pokemon is so fucking tanky. And because... Azu is only a slow kill, this is Pidgeot. And now there is a good news about Pidgeot. Pidgeot is not only seeing a kill with Hurricane here. That's also a really good part, right? So we are even trying to reducing the fictions here for my Hamilton. Because this is not only... Hurricane. Right now, let's check out the HP. 30 HP exactly my Staraptor. Right now, without the Mega Evolution, it sees a kill with Heat Wave, with Hyper Voice, and with Hurricane. 3 fucking moves. Okay? We need to get a double confusion into Self-Hit to lose the fight. So it's really fucking unlikely, but it can happen. We know that. So it's not riskless. We need to go to Hemi. We never die to double crit here, basically. Double crit Hurricane. We are close, but it's not over. I think after that, it's over. If we dodge that fiction now, it's over. Azu is always riskless, I think, now. Because it was really important with my team to bait Azu. Yes! Okay! Way too free. Way too fucking free. Rock Slide into E-Speed always kills. This is riskless now. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you! Not with me today, my buddy. Alright. And Rock Slide into E-Speed always kills. That's the good part about Adamant Max Attack, of course. Otherwise, you'd even have fictions with this fucking range. What I had in my winning run. Yeah, holy shit, my ears, bro. Chill. And now Azu, and the good part about Azu is I love that abuse. Choo choo! Azu sees a fast kill with Aqua Jet here. It needs to exactly go for Aqua Jet. It's a fucking nice abuse. And we can't deal with this Azu if this would use anything else here. But because it's only and only Aqua Jet, we go to Wall Rain on the guaranteed Aqua Jet. Because his team is actually having troubles against Azu. But because it's guaranteed Aqua Jet, we shit on this Azu. We encore this Azu into Aqua Jet. Wall Rain Gaming, by the way. That's why I said my HP from Wall Rain will not matter that much. We still have the Citrus Berry. Now we will go to Elagos. Elagos is still holding the Citrus as well. And this needs to spam Aqua Jet. And the good news about that right now is that after one energy ball, it needs to use Aqua Jet anyways. And because my Elagos is not seeing a kill, I need to lock this into Aqua Jet. So it will not use anything else here. This is not Citrus exactly, asshole. But it's fine. Oh, it is Citrus. Yeah, I can't. I fucking can't. My math. Holy shit. Okay, whatever. So, energy ball. This is Citrus now. And after that, we always see a kill. With energy ball again. Encore ends, it needs to Aqua Jet again. And with that, it's over. That's why Torterra is also really good here. Against Azu. Because Torterra will always force Azu to use Aqua Jet at some point. And you can manipulate the HP with Synthesize and stuff like that. And then you can even handle Digger Speed. That's why Torterra is actually really strong in this fight. Can handle 2 mons riskless. Nearly riskless. And that's it. Ooh, yeah, it was not riskless entirely. Imagine not even a fucking Sandbox Deathlocke, it is not riskless. That only explains how hard this fight is. We could skip Everlock, what is really nice. I'm not exactly sure which encounter I want to take in this cave, so it's open. Right now we have Slateport City, Route 118, and the cave is open right now. So we can think about that encounters. Slateport we will take after we get Surf, so we can take a Slowpoke probably. I think GMO Slowpoke is really strong. GMO Slowpoke is really strong. Could be really strong for the E4 as well with a Mega Evolution. So I think GMO Slowpoke, Slowbro is really fucking strong, okay? We want to have that. Even we get Slack off really late and stuff like that, but it doesn't really matter. It's really fucking strong. Yeah, now the early game is not even done. That's the thing. Everyone told me in my first winning run or like in my first attempts, like the early game is done after Flannery, and I was like, what the fuck? How is that even possible? Flannery is like, I don't even remember the level anymore. Was it 56? No, I think 57. I think is the Flannery cap. I think 57. I think, yeah. And it is crazy that you are out of the early game after that fucking... Yeah, 57 exactly. And you're out of the early game basically after Flannery. This is so crazy. This is crazy. Slowbro is insane, but there are like routes later on where like the best mon is Slowbro. So I wouldn't say it needed to have him this early. That's true. I will, I think, check that. I want to have a Golly for short. I mean, we will always take a Golly in Route 100. Not sure I will take it in Route 120 or in the slab later. So that's Golly for me always. Golly is the best Pokemon. One of the best Pokemons in the entire game. So I will check that out, I think. But yeah, I think the level cap now is 48, right? Let's just check it out. There's no reason to hold that back. I think it should be 48. We can teach that back whenever we want. Exactly, 48. Okay. So let me change that in the layout, but that's it for the stream now. And now we will have some fights in against the Windstrait family and the desert and stuff like that. So yeah, the fun will continue. But thankfully this fight is done. I was really scared about this fight, to be honest. I think we will scale now because we will get more and more encounters, but yeah. Yeah, thank you for watching, Woozy. And yeah, everyone take care. Have a good night, have a good evening, have a good morning. Depends which time, what time it is for you basically right now. And yeah, have a nice day.